Hello and welcome back to another episode. Now this morning is the morning before Christmas. It is Christmas Eve morning, and for me it's one of the most magical and wonderful times of the year because you've got the atmosphere of Christmas. You've got the tree, for example, you've got the presents, you've got the family and friends around, but you haven't got the expectation yet. You're still waiting for Christmas. You're not sort of imminently doing it, as it were. So you still got that sort of sense of intrigue for what's to come. It's a special morning, not least because it means I can actually sneak down first thing in the morning, as I have this morning, and just have it all to myself. Everyone else is asleep upstairs, and it's just lovely. So Christmas Eve morning, for me at least, is a very special morning. But obviously, it always makes me very aware of Christmases which have come before, and in particular, when family are staying with us, I'm painfully aware that I am a gamer amongst a family of, I suppose, casual gamers at best, and this can lead to some awkward situations. Now, when I was a child, I remember that basically Christmas was one of those days when the living room was just given over to the games console. Whether we just got that games console that year or whether we just got some new computer games, whatever the case, the wires would be all over the floor, the TV would be more or less for half a day just dedicated to computer games, and basically Mum would just put up with it. Usually she'd go to sleep first thing in the morning anyway, because she'd been up all night wrapping and decorating presents, because she was a bit of a last minute type of gal, or she is a bit of a last minute type of gal. But really, I suppose beyond that, especially when my brother and I would return, say, from uni, things changed a little bit. The TV was no longer ours, as it were, for the morning. It was actually hers, because we are old enough to know better. And we ended up having like a secondary, slightly crappy TV set up in the dining room, sort of dining room kitchen, where we could play our games there if we wanted to. Slightly less comfortable floor, slightly colder room, slightly more, I suppose, reality, as it, children get it comfortable. As you're getting older and uglier, you get more and more sidelined, and actually, but that's not a bad thing. I remember a couple of years ago, my brother and I, when Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles came out, we just had such a blast. No pun, well, actually, pun totally intended. In fact, blasting through that game, we got very, very far in a couple of hours, a few hours, and then sort of that evening, after a lot of redos, we finally got the boss done, and it was really satisfying. The two of us doing some light gun action. I think we also played on that was the first time we played on House of the Dead Overkill together as well, a couple of Christmases ago now. Actually, no, several Christmases ago now. Wow, time flies. But that was great. So in some ways, having the room to ourselves meant that actually other people missed out on our company. But unless there's this sort of sense of separation, especially the older we got, and really now it's a case of I have to sort of fit my gaming in around what other people are doing. I don't think actually, for example, my in-laws would get particularly annoyed or tell me to turn off the computer if they came in and I was there playing Lara Croft, kind of thing. But there's, because I'm a grown-up, there's a sense of not wanting to force it on people. So, for example, a couple of days ago, they just got in from town doing some Christmas shopping. I was playing Tomb Raider, The Rise of the Tomb Raider, sorry. And after about 10 minutes, getting to a certain point where I thought I could reasonably save, I turned it off and handed over the TV remote to them. And I'm sure this is the experience which is actually common amongst, especially grown-up gamers, as it were. Your main game system, especially at Christmas, becomes a little bit less accessible, ironically, despite the fact that it's the time when you really want to have access to your main game system. Thankfully, this year, upstairs, I'll have the Mega Drive, the SNES and the N64 to play with in the room where my in-laws are staying, but when they're not in there, we can go in there. Maybe me and my brother-in-law can go and have a bit of a tootle on the N64. But it's all happening around main events, and I guess I'm just curious to know if this is universal. What do you guys? What's your experience of gaming at Christmas? Do you find yourself, even if you get a brand spanking new, really funky computer game, do you find yourself having to sort of wait before you can play it? That happened to me a couple of years ago with Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I got that, and we had a friend of staying with us for Christmas. And I just didn't feel as though I could play it. I didn't feel as though I wanted just to get in the way of everyone else's TV or whatever, or everyone else's conversations, to be honest. Especially with the sea shanties in that game. But maybe I'm being too polite. Maybe this isn't a universal experience. Maybe I need to be going, listen guys, you shut up. I'm going to play the computer. I want to play my Xbox. Yeah, whatever, Granddad. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Who knows? But this is the reason why I'm putting this out there. It's a very special morning, and I'm definitely going to go and play some Xbox once I'm done recording this. But tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that probably, I'll find myself having to negotiate being a gamer at Christmas. And how do you guys manage that? I really want to know. Please do comment below, share your stories, let me know. And well, if I don't see you beforehand, have a superb Christmas. Whatever you get up to, have a great time. Have a wonderful New Year, although hopefully I'll be able to record something before New Year. And as ever, until next time, do take care. Look after yourselves, and if you get something funky for gaming, for a Christmas gaming or not, whatever, just coolness, enjoy it. I intend to, definitely. Bye-bye.